What's up, mighty nation? You guys are probably wondering what I've been up to. I haven't been super active in the community. Well, to answer your question, I've been building my own community just for us, guys. So one of the coolest things is we're going to go over it on Thursday, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about all of this. But one of the cool things is automation and AI isn't just changing the world in a way that's like unknown. There's actually a lot of knowns, and the knowns are super cool. The things that it can do to help make our industry better are insane. So I'm going to get into a lot of this stuff and how it can help the industry overall. We have a wonderful profession, and there's a lot of tools that we can use to help maximize things. But first, let's talk a little bit about the job creation widget. This is what I've spent the most time on. You hit create job, you're able to actually just upload some documents. Let's just upload something that's public information. Let's just upload a document that has a couple documents, just to give an idea, just some random documents here. It's analyzing, Mighty Automation is analyzing the documents to see with some AI. We got three different AIs we're pulling from. It's costing me a little bit of money, but you know what? Money comes and goes. So if I type Mighty, this is just some testing jobs we've added here. So it'll automatically pull from your client list. You can put, if you received a check, for example, keep in mind, like, there's multiple ways you can receive a job into your My Jobs tab, from other members, from clients on the directory. Like, you're welcome, I'm going to send you work if you're a member. By the way, if that's okay with you, I could send you jobs, okay, through the directory. You can choose to turn off visibility on the directory if you don't want to get any jobs, which I don't know why that, but you can do that. But here we go. We got a check for $111, let's say, from John at Mighty Law Firm. We're gonna hit continue. The AI has already finished. Sometimes it's cool to see Mighty Automation fill it out for you. I've had to train this thing dramatically, and so I'm going to show you how to train it. I'm going to show you how, just really quickly, how some of the functionality of why I'm so excited about this software that I'm building. So you can see the multiple documents we've uploaded are here, and if you want to be old school, you can just come click on one and it'll show a preview of that one. Okay, this is they did like an insert page, I guess. It's like for attachments specifically, I think. But anyways, so you can go do it the old school way like that, or you can come over here and you can say, you can click on a file. Each of these are different files. When you click on the file, it'll automatically switch from one file to another. The AI automatically reads the documents for document titles. So for example, this one, you want to be able to switch from one to the other to see if it's correct. So if I click on this one, I can see, yep, that's a plaintiff's claim in order to go to small claims court. Okay. Let me see. Let me click on this one. What is this one? I don't know. I genuinely do not know, but it says there's 3 different documents within here. However it shows up here is how it's going to show up on the field sheet. However it shows up here is how it's going to show up on the proof of service if you do a declaration. Small claims has their own little fancy proof, but anyways. So you can actually just remove them if they're not something that you want. So I could go through, now that I'm previewing this file, that's probably what I would do first to make sure my documents are correct. Second Amendment, standing order, evidence exchange. That's this first one. It's obviously an attachment. I don't want it to be included in my titles. I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, let's keep going. Same file, standing order to meet, confer in small claims cases. Okay, let's see. Boom, boom. Here we go. Submission, exchange, submission, evidence. Yeah. So you want to go through each of the documents and make sure what shows up is something that you want to be on the proof of service. Let's say that the ODR, that's often something that you have is an ODR. So we'll go ahead and leave the ODR on there, but the rest of it we'll just leave like that. This is another document. Let's see, notice of remote appearance. That looks correct. Okay, so we're going to leave it alone. So that's the documents. Now I got my documents figured out. I'm going to scroll down. I need to fill out case information, or do I? Okay, it's going to fill out most of the information. And here's where I need your help. Okay, I'm going to give you, but I gave you these amazing tools to help. So let's just say for some reason plaintiff didn't come out. Okay, and defendant didn't work. Okay, like, man, now I got to do some data entry. No, you don't, bro. you just hit this little next button, because that's where they put the plaintiff and defendant on a small claims case. And you're just going to highlight this plaintiff, and you're going to say, this guy here, he's the plaintiff. Boom. Now you see this little AI? This is saving. You just taught the AI how to be smarter when it's filling out your documents. Now I'm going to go defendant. Let's go defendant. Defendant. Boom. Plugs it in. Now, if you have ever had to do massive amount of documents and did data entry, you know that the most accurate way is to copy and paste and copy and paste. This is why you have two screens. You no longer need two screens. You no longer need copy and paste. You're clicking, highlight, clicking, highlight, clicking, highlight, clicking, highlight, clicking, boom. Hey, okay. Sorry, guys. I've been up way too long. Okay. All right. Calm down. All right, so what we're going to do here now is, because some of this is not text searchable. If you do a lot of e-filings like I do, you know that text searchable is like essential. Like all this is text searchable. But it didn't happen automatically. The system had to do it. ODR. Yeah, anyway, it had to make it text searchable. But now what we're going to do is we got some really advanced technology that actually will go ahead and we can click on this little target up here. We can highlight this and say, there's some data in this little block of text here. I want you to look at it. I don't want you to try to read text. I just want you to look at it visually using some cool AI stuff. So it does this little boom. It gives me what it thinks I want out of that text block, which it's correct. I want the date filed. It's absolutely correct. That's the date filed. So I'm going to hit confirm. What does it do? It teaches the AI that this is where it needs to look on upload for that specific document, and it actually maps it out very detailed. And you see here, it plugged it in for me. Same thing with court date. Let's scroll down to court date. There's a court date. Why didn't it pull a court date? Well, I'll tell you, because it's not text searchable. I can't highlight it. So you have to map it. And eventually you won't have to map it. Eventually on load, it scans the whole page. And so if it sees anything like this in the future, it'll automatically, because it's mapped, I like to include trial date because it gives us some context, okay? So here you go, court date. Now I can say confirm. Boom, it plugs in court date. That wasn't easy to do, by the way. So North Hill Street, is that correct? Yep, North Hill Street. It pulled this because I mapped it before when I was testing. That's the only reason it already knows this, is because it's already been trained in this section, okay? Let's see, so I hit continue. All right, so now I gotta make some decisions. I think I need to pop this to auto scroll up. That's a bug I found. So survey, it's assuming the survey is the defendant, which is not always the case. So you got to train it. You know, if it ever gets anything wrong, you just train it either by copying text and plugging it in, or by capturing it with a basically look at it like a screenshot, like you're saying, hey man, look right here. This is where I want you to look. Okay. This is going to get more advanced as time goes on, but the service address, is this correct? Yep. Defendant's being served at this address, I'm probably not going to make this public because this is kind of personal, right? Their personal address. It is public information, but still, people are weird sometimes. So here's getting real personal now. That's our actual photograph. And so we can, I wanted real data though, because I'm actually going to use this for searching e-filing court records as well. We're not there yet. That's going to be a few weeks out, but yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So brief description, tall with tats. So boom, maybe it's up to you. You still have to self-select due dates because we don't want to accidentally blow due dates. That's up to you, which when it should be due. So let's just say it's due in 2 weeks. Okay. Special instructions, you can save them. Like here's one right here that I saved specifically for this case type. You could have a whole list of them here, but if I select this, it'll plug it in for me. Okay. I just did this off memory, so you probably want to make them better, but yeah. And then we hit continue. I don't know that I need it to be urgent. I did select urgent. That's a little much, but yeah, AI filled out 15 of the 16 fields. In minutes, I'm able to review this. If I wasn't sure and I'm like, is this really in the LA court? Is this really in the Stanley Mosque, or is it a different one? Is this really the date it was filed? I can go look, or I can just click here and change it right here. Okay. And if I'm not sure, like I said, I could just come over here and I can look. Okay, so we're just verifying everything's correct. We hit continue to assign a server. This is the coolest thing. You can assign yourself as a server. You can invite a server that you know happens to be in the directory or in your server list. Let's just say, just because I have this one, I know I'll hit send invitation. Boom, it automatically sends my other login an invitation. I can also post it to the bid board. Let's go ahead and post it to the bid board. Let's do that as well. We want to know how much Mike's going to charge, but I don't know. Like sometimes he doesn't get back to me right away, so I want to post it to the bid board too. Let's save to my jobs. Automatically pops up in my job. I got our photograph over here. I know who the client is. I can go look at the client, see how much money they owe me. I can go see the job information over here. I could preview the documents easily. Maybe I want to download them, print them, send them, whatever. Attempts. There's a job timeline with affidavits that get stuck on top. I can create a note. Cool note. All right, and then I can just pin the note. So maybe the note's super important. Maybe the note's super important. It didn't load. That's probably a bug. I just added the note feature. That's why it looks so plain. Oh, there it is. So, took a minute to load. So now we're going to go pin to top. This is the coolest thing. When you pin it to top, I got to add a little pin thing. Okay, when you pin it to top, if you hit field sheet, this is the coolest thing. All right. I think it's still loading, but it'll actually add underneath this. It'll have your pin note that'll show up right here. So your service instructions, your details, blah, blah, blah. This is like a branded sheet to 123 Legal Support. But this little QR code here is getting set up next week. This is going to allow you to be able to, a server to scan it, and it'll pop up inside the app immediately inside that job. You can add an attempt. Pretty simple. You can create an affidavit, which is not really simple. It's actually one of the most advanced affidavit generator. And yeah. So if you guys are interested in this, is something that you might want to be a part of, let me know. Or I'm going to be doing a Q&A on Thursday. By Thursday, I should have the dispatch board completed. The bid board should have the proper geotagging and what else? And the community. The community will be live, and we will start to invite people over to the community to start engaging. It's basically just like school. It's fully functional. You can.
I want you to ponder these 4 questions.
You can embed videos. You can you can comment. Yeah, you can create blogs. It's all integrated in right in here inside of the comment section. You can come and create a comment. You could say, hey, I want to submit a law to be added to the law library, which is pretty cool. You can, the law library is how we're teaching the AI. I'm getting ready to add up here at the top. It's going to be a search field that recognizes where you're from, and it's going to have a cool little type out thing saying like how to serve a summons, how many days before a hearing should this be served or that be served, and like full functionality, full integrations. We're going to continue to give away a NAPS membership once a month for those who are the most engaged, so I want to build that out. We'll have a full calendar for live events. We have our classroom where I'm going to have trainings teaching you guys how to use all the software and marketing, of course. And then feature requests. I want to know what you guys think about this. Is this what you want, right? I don't want to build something you guys don't want. I'm building this for myself right now, and because I want something for my company that will just make my life easier. Like I don't want to sit here doing proofs for 10 years. Okay, I want to, like I want to be able to live a life, and automation and AI should help you build relationships with people and have clients that are your friends because you do such a good job for them that they rave about you, that they send people to you. And if you use automation properly and marketing properly, you're actually able to focus on the actual communication with the clients that you want to have long-term relationships with. Okay, so that's all I have for now. We'll see you Thursday. Let me know. Put in the comments below. Are you showing up Thursday? And are you excited about using Mighty Process Server's dashboard? Thanks, guys. See you soon.